This is a food grade plastic bucket. It has a screw on lid with a rubber seal, an airlock hole and a grommet. Litre markers set at 1 litre increments. It also has a tap entry point for testing and bottling your brew. These buckets are simple and are easy to clean, very lightweight and very inexpensive to buy. Hi, my name's Pierre. I'm about to get stuck into the next brew of the Liberty Golden Ale from Mangrove Jacks. This is my second one of 2. One's going into a Ferentasaurus and the other one is going into a brew bucket. I'm not changing the way I do the process. All I'm doing is changing what bucket it goes into. I'm going to bottle one and I'm going to keg the other. I'm not making it complicated. I'm showing people out there how easy this is. You can make yourself a beautiful brew without even trying. Give it a go. Okay, the first thing I've got to do is fill my pot up for 11 litres of water. I have a 1 litre jug, 11 of these. Here we go. I'll speed this up, just for your enjoyment, maybe. Alright, I have to bring this up to 65 degrees Celsius. I'll put the lid on to speed the process up a little bit. It should be fine. I also have a thermometer that I'll put in there. This is what some people call the spirit one. It does the trick. It's good enough for me. I'm not out to break any records or win any competitions. I'm out to brew beer that I like to taste. While that's heating up, I'm going to bag my grains, like last time, the same thing again. Tie a small knot at the top so the grains have a little bit of area to spread out in. The instructions did say for the first one that you're supposed to put the grain bag in while it's heating up, so I think I better go do that. "30 minutes I have to have that running for." Okay, time to take out the bag of grains, whack on my strainer, and we'll sit there and let it drain for about 1 minute or so. Okay, all drained. You know, if you compare what you see here in this pot right now, the one I did a week and a half ago hadn't had as much colour as this one has. I wonder if there's something different about the grains that makes it different. I would have thought they would use the same grains, same measurement, same everything. I haven't changed anything I've done. And I can see that it is much darker in this version than the one I did. I wonder if the taste will be different. Alright, the extract is about to go in. Do the usual. A bit of white. Water's okay, just paranoid, I suppose. See how we go. Cut her open. Yeah. Looks like molasses. Beautiful stuff. And I can smell it waft up now. It is a very beautiful smell. This is Mangrove Jack's again, of course. It's a Liberty Golden Ale. That's what it looks like. If you can see that, you're better than me. Nah, I'm joking, I'm not that old. So I'm going to pour it in. Just like that. Hold her up like this. Last time I did this, I got crap everywhere. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess. That looks better. Won't put the flame on yet because it will scorch on the bottom of the boiler. Yeah, getting all that goodness out. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. I'll stir that up a little bit. I'll get some water and put it into my my packet here, just to get that little bit extra out, and then we'll fire her up. I'm going to add maybe 500 ml extra of water. It boils out, it doesn't matter. Do it a little bit less messy this time and see if I can shake it up without getting all over myself. Hopefully that gets most of it off the bottom. Okay, I've just put water in it just to rinse it a little, just to get a bit more out of it. If you don't want to run out of goodness, pour that in. That can now go in the bin because it's empty. Now I'll fire the flame up, give it a bit of a stir, and leave it boil. Let it boil up to 100 degrees, boiling temperature of course. And then let it run for an hour, and then we'll deal with it up. It's going to take a half hour to boil. We just have to wait. I reckon it's time you saw one of my beers. I brewed this about 6 to 8 weeks ago. Has hardly any carbonation, which is a bit of a disappointment. Still tastes okay though. Not a fan of it. Didn't think it was great when I first tasted it. It didn't taste any better after time. It's a red ale, red IPA. Kind of made it up a little bit. Didn't take down the recipe, just mucked around. It's drinkable though. As you can see, it's not really overly carbonated. It's got a bit of a head going on. Kind of a clearish feel to it. Not a bad looking brew. You can see the carbonation in that. It's not too bad. And the taste is just a little bit sweet for my liking. But I enjoy it anyway because it's beer. Actually, that tastes good. Haven't had that for about 4 weeks. It's aging well. We're ready for our first edition of the hops. This is on boil edition. We just cut it. Don't need to sanitize anything because it's going to boil for an hour anyway. It's going to kill any germs that's coming along. So we got your Hercules hops again for the Liberty Ale. So we have the Hercules hops for your Liberty Golden Ale from Mangrove Jack's. Just as a bit of information for you, I haven't been sponsored by these guys. It's the only thing I can get so far. If anybody has any suggestions on what I can use, it'd be great. These little things smell nice. That one smells heaps better than the first one. I got a feeling there was something wrong with the last one. Anyway, ready to pour it in. Alright. So we start the stopwatch. 1 hour. That's what we've got. 1 hour. So while I'm waiting for my wort to boil, I'm going to get rid of my grains. Just unpack it from the bag. You know how it is. Put it in this little cup so it doesn't get water all over the place, make a mess and sticky goop. I've got a little, oh, no. I've just noticed. I've got a peach tree here. The branch is broken. The peaches got that heavy from all the rain we had. It's actually destroyed my peaches. So I've got a little compost heap here, I'll show you. Pretty disgusting. This is where I put my grains. Check it out. My bag. There's my compost heap. There's my grains. Now put it to waste. I use it in my garden all the time. While I was waiting for certain brews to come along and things to come along through, they said to go and buy some apple cider, get some yeast, pour the apple cider into a container, pour the yeast in, and see what happens. So I did that. First one I did, I got apple cider from some golden company, whatever it is. Put 5 litres in, put my yeast in, I put my yeast, 8 litres actually. I put 8.7 litres of this beautiful tasting apple cider, apple juice that we have here. And I pitched my yeast, it was the right temperature, waited 4, 5, 6, 10 days, nothing happened. The yeast didn't react, didn't know what happened, wondered why, what's going on, looked it up. A lot of people said don't use apple cider that has preservatives in it. The preservatives kill the yeast. That's probably what happened. So I tipped it out because it wasn't good. Anyway, I grabbed some apple cider that didn't have preservatives in it. It was pasteurised, boiled. I think it's pasteurised or homogenised. I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, it was boiled, so all the bacteria had been boiled out of it, and then put into bottles and sealed. So I used 3 bottles. I got 4 bottles. Made another 8 litres. Tasted it, beautiful taste. Pitched my yeast, waited. 3 days later, the yeast started reacting, and it worked. It was actually going well. My mistake was I wanted to get a bit of cinnamon in it. No, you can't do that. You can't pour cinnamon in there after you've done it. It can hurt you and make you sick, which it did because I drank it and it made me very sick. Word of advice, don't do it. I'm off apple cider now. I can't drink apple cider. I have tried it. I always get a bit nauseous when I smell it. It's a big mistake and I'll never make it again. With beer brewing, it's a different story because I can control the bacteria input to these things and it's so much better. Tastes better, you can control what kind of flavours you want in there. I bought some hops, put some hops in one of them just to see what the difference would be compared to what it was. You can experiment little bit by little bit to see what you can do to improve your beer. And it works. You've got to do it. You've got to have a go. Beer brewing is fun. It's entertaining. It's time consuming. Can be very time consuming. I did a all grain just recently for the first time. Not very good at it, as I've said before. First time, last time I've done it. I haven't done it again since. I will though, and when I do it, I'll put it on video. It came out good. It has been now aging for 18 days in a keg. And I have 4 stubbies, I have 8 stubbies sitting there waiting for me to taste. So I'm looking forward to trying that brew out. If it's any good, then I'll do a new one. I'll do an all grain brew and I'll actually film everything I can in the way I can. As you can see, my films aren't awesome. They're good enough for you to watch what someone does. I'm not going to be extremely informative because frankly, I just don't know everything there is to do about brewing. And the only way I'm going to learn is to have people like you come back to me and tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and what I could do to improve my methods or my processes. So if anybody out there would like to give me some advice, happy to hear it, want to hear it. I'll reply to you if you need to. Just let me know. As I've said before, I'm new to home brewing. Exactly like that too. I am learning as I go. These videos that I'm starting up with are videos of me learning how to film, learning how to edit, and also learning how to brew. So I'm going to try and learn all this at once. It might take me a few years to get it right, or it might take me a few months to get it right. But once I do, I'm hoping to get some great videos out of this, and I hope I get some great entertainment for you guys as well. Alright, I'm about to add the aroma hops, which are Brewer's Gold and Cascade. Wish me luck. Turn off the flame. Alright, now we're going to leave that for 30 minutes, see how we go. Here's something I've learned that someone didn't tell me about beer glasses. Never clean them with soap. Always rinse them, just in cold water. Get any beer out of it. Let it sit for a bit, just to drain the water off. I like to have my glasses frozen, so I chuck them in the fridge. Or freezer, I should say. And they come out beautiful when you pour your new beer in it. It's unbelievable. And you get a great head, and you get that webbing that people are looking for. If your beer doesn't web, it could be because you have detergents in your beer. Detergents have a finishing agent that allow it to dry quicker when you dry it and crispier, you know, nice and shiny. Just take that, keep that in mind.